So we're coming in 350 kilometers an hour, you know, DRS open. At around 90 meters, you brake here, and you have quite low downforce in the car as well. So these braking zones are so hard to get right. Okay, so 90 meters, hit the brakes, downshift from 8th gear into 3rd gear, and then, I mean, just try and carry the speed through here, of course, but I mean, I'll take you actually through the next one. So, okay, this is quite a basic one. Then now this next one again. So here again, you've got like 230 kilometers an hour, 240, and the same thing again. You got this very light braking at around 70 meters here because you have a little bit less speed. You're arriving, and this one is not too hard because you have less speed approaching the corner. So then it's 3rd or 2nd gear, straight line, DRS right on the exit. So, and for the race, it's important to remember also going down these long straights. There's a lot of like rubber debris that starts to build up offline. And so if you're battling or whatever, or trying to overtake on the inside here, you're going to really be picking that up on the tires. And that really makes it so risky when you then end up side by side on the next braking zone. You're offline, plus you have all that rubber pickup on the tires. So difficult to judge where the limit is, how aggressive you can be. Again, you arrive with this huge speed of like 320 or 330, and you brake at 90 meters, okay? And the problem is it's a really tight left-hander. So you downshift from 8th gear, you downshift into 2nd. And when you get to this point here, so you're braking really late. And at this point here, it's your last point to decide, am I actually gonna make the corner or not? Because here, if you now commit to the corner and you have front locking and it's really on the edge, then you're gonna end up going straight into the wall, bang, and it's a total, you know, you're gonna break the car. So that's so hard because it's at this turn-in phase, right here where you already have to make the decision. Am I gonna make the corner or not? And if you realize you're not gonna make the corner, then here's your last chance to go straight on and to not damage the car. And I find that so difficult in that split second to make that decision. Also because the opportunity cost, of course, if you go save the car and drive straight is huge, because in qualifying, maybe you'll miss out on doing a lap or whatever. So it's an incredibly difficult process to get through mentally in that fraction of a second to decide, am I going to make the corner or not. On other tracks, you know, you go a little bit wide, no problem, on all other tracks, but here, you go a little bit wide, you take the front corner off in that corner. So it's a tough one. Okay, you accelerate back out here. 3rd gear, 4th gear, 5th gear. This is quite a basic one. You brake at 50 meters, 3rd gear, carry speed through, that's fine. Easy going. Now, stay right again. Stay right. A late turn-in is important because the next one is important as well. So stay right, do quite a late turn-in, shift down to 4th gear, late turn-in, stay left here. And now with 3rd gear, you carry the speed through because the next is a long straight, so you need to get the speed out of that corner to carry it onto the straight. Again, now middle of the track, so as to do the braking straight, because the braking goes to the left, so you need to straight line the braking a little bit. So then you cut here to do the braking straight, and then 3rd gear here, again, quite a early apex. And then carry speed here. So now this one is a very hard corner again. It's so difficult. We remember Charles Leclerc crashed and went straight on in qualifying, although he was on for pole potentially. So you brake around just before 50, and it's so difficult. And here, they've put this yellow sausage curb in here. I'm not sure if that's the way it is in real life. In real life, anyways, it's the same thing. If you take a little bit too much of that inside curb, you bottom out, and boom, 0 error for margin in this corner, 0. If you bottom out ever so slightly, you're in the wall. So it's very difficult to find the limit on how much curb you can take here. And then, 3rd gear, really close to the tire war here. It's the tightest piece of circuit for the whole year in F1, or maybe even of all time. So I'm coming up the hill here, and again, stay left. And here's so difficult because, let me change the view quickly for you so that you can see what it looks like when you're inside of the car, because this is really going to shock you. That is the view, okay? So now imagine I'm going whatever, I don't know how much speed. Can you see the apex of the corner? I mean, you can see the wall, but also the wall, it changes because it's like, it has sharp, it's not round, the wall, as you can see. They've just put straight concrete blocks. So there's like corners pointing out, and those are your apexes. And that's so hard to then, you see the next corner pops out, and the next one, and you're running it right to the wall here. And so this is in qualifying in my first year in Baku in 2016, my World Championship year. a decisive weekend was Baku for me. I won the race and Lewis only finished 5th because he clipped the wall on the inside here. That destroyed his front right, just like Leclerc did in Monaco in qualifying. And so he qualified, I don't know, I think 10th because of clipping the front inside wall here. So this is the real view. It's crazy how little you see. And how low you're sitting. So now let's just continue with this view for a while, which is pretty shocking because you just can't see anything. So here, of course, scrub the least speed possible by being very clear in the steering. Now you come to downhill section, a little bit of a downhill section. And again, so hard because the braking is not straight. So you have to stay left to try and straight line the braking as much as possible, but still it's not completely straight. And you brake it around 80, a little bit downhill, so less deceleration possible here. Much easier to lock up due to going downhill. Wow, and then you come here, and again, here's the last point that you got to decide. Am I going to make this corner or not? And if you commit to making the corner and you then have a little bit of a lock up and you realize I'm not going to make this, you're in the wall. So here's your last chance to bail out of it and to go straight into the escape road. If you commit, then good luck to you. You better hope that that you're not coming in with too hot or too much speed and that you can make it around the corner. Because otherwise you're going to end up there, bang. Okay, and then that's third gear corner. Of course, then straight line the exit, and then we come to the last corner, downhill again, which is a pretty difficult corner. But just for this last part, let's go back to the original view from a bit higher up. It's quite a fast one, and the exit kind of tightens up. So you arrive in 6th gear, downshift to 4th, take it tight on the curb, and then run it wide as much as you can without going over the curb, because then you lose too much time. But it's a difficult corner. And then again here, down this straight, it's all about minimizing the scrub. So do the most beautiful, slow, open the track up, steering inputs, and then just carry the speed. And this is one of the highest speeds of the year at 350 kph or something crazy like that. And here I'm going to show you one of the places which I always found the most dangerous of the whole year. And it was quite scary. Because look, you're arriving down here now at 350 kph. Now look what's on the left. Imagine something breaks on the car here. You're at 350 kph. On the left there, just 4 meters to the left, there's just a wall. I mean, and it's facing you. So if something breaks here, you're in that wall, it's the end. There's no more you. So this is one of the most scary places that I've ever driven an F1 car in. To go by there just feels ridiculously wrong. But anyways, you have to try and blend it out and then keep going, and that's the end of the lap. So thank you very much. I hope that was interesting.